believe Oklahoma is with the orange and hoops. Yep. And Baylor is in the green. And Baylor gets the ball. Oklahoma trying to work their way into Baylor territory. One more man to beat. And he puts it down. Try score to Oklahoma. Starting off hot here on pitch number 2 with their first try. Sooners are not messing around. They want to move on in the competition. Sooners went 1-1-1 yesterday. Lost to North Texas, who ended the day on top of their pool, and tied with Rice, finishing second in Pool B, while Baylor finished on top of Pool C, 2-0-1, one tie against Texas State, who we just saw earlier today, or just in the previous match. Waiting for the conversion kick by Oklahoma. Conversion, I believe, is no good, so the score remains 5-0. Oklahoma. Baylor, of course, out of Waco, Texas. The oldest college in Texas, I believe, from 1845 was when they're established. Of course, the rugby club not as old as that, but the Bears get the ball back at the restart. Oklahoma really setting their defense up. Ball bobbles out of the Bears' hands, but into another Bears player hands. And now Baylor trying to score to respond back to that open try by Oklahoma. Good run. Oh, unfortunately, ball goes out of hand by Baylor. They had something set up there, and you can see the disappointment on that Baylor player's face. The ball was his, but I think he was looking at the open try zone first and not at the ball going into his hands, and so he lost tracking of the ball. So we have a knock on, so we have a scrum. Oklahoma with the scrum in Baylor territory. Put in by Oklahoma. Easy scrum. Oklahoma on the attack finds the opening. We got some fast players on that Sooners roster. And there we go. Easy as you like it. Another try by Oklahoma. And yeah, Oklahoma coming off blazing. Baylor looks a little stunned so far. Oklahoma showing a lot of speed and poise. And the conversion is good. Score Oklahoma 12, Baylor 0. And Oklahoma looking very, very strong so far. The winner of this matchup will face off the team on the other side of the coin here, North Texas and Rice, who are playing on pitch number 1. We'll see both sides, whoever wins or loses, we'll see both of them later on today on pitch 2. We'll see the losing team face off against the losing team between North Texas and Rice later at 1 p.m. here on pitch 2. And then 1:20 p.m. local time, we'll see the winners of those matches play off against each other here on pitch 2. So we're going to see a lot of both Baylor and Oklahoma throughout the day here on pitch number 2. Fortunately, ball goes out into touch, so we'll have ourselves a line out for Oklahoma. Line out, of course, has to be thrown straight. Nice. Very well done line out. Good take by Oklahoma. Sooners now on the march. Looks like Baylor, once again, their defense just seems to be misaligned. They seem to miss a lot of where Oklahoma is going. Fortunately, though, they're able to get the penalty there. So Baylor now turns the ball over at the breakdown. Baylor with the ball. Baylor needs to make something happen here. Stop the momentum of Oklahoma. Oklahoma scoring 2 tries, 2 unanswered tries so far. Baylor getting pushed back just a little bit. Oklahoma, strong defense, but might be a penalty going offsides just a little bit too early for that Sooner. That's why I was able to get to the scrum half quickly. Nice little cheap grubber kick. I believe we'll go back for the. Oh, no, we don't go back for the advantage. Penalty against Baylor, tackling the player off of his feet. Cannot do that for safety reasons, and Oklahoma's not waiting around. Oklahoma's going to score again. Oklahoma has some very, very fast players, and if they find that opening in the Baylor defense, they will score, and they do. They score once again. Try time for the Sooners. Like I mentioned before, it just seems like Baylor's defense just does not seem to be aligned correctly. And Oklahoma reads it like a book. They find the holes and they just run right through them. Oklahoma waiting for the conversion. So far, three tries, three unanswered tries. Conversion, unfortunately, no good. Just hooked it a little to the left. Oklahoma 17, Baylor 0. As we're heading into the final minute of the first half. Again, my name is Joshua Shibata. Thank you very much for joining us here on pitch number 2. Championship day here at the Yellow Rose Showcase. The winner of this match, as I mentioned before, we'll see them later on today facing off against the winner of between North Texas and Rice. We'll also see the loser of this match face off against the loser of North Texas and Rice later off today. A lot to play for here, as Rahania has a lot of hardware for all of our winners and of each division. And don't forget, the winners of each division get that automatic qualification for the very prestigious National Collegiate Rugby Sevens Championship Tournament in April at the Maryland Soccerplex. So a lot to play for here. Baylor trying to make something happen in the last couple of seconds of the first half. Good pass, good offload. There you go. Finds the open man. Wow, great defense. Great defense by the Sooners. We have some gang tackling here. Baylor almost got away with it, but Oklahoma quickly getting to the ball. Baylor trying to find that open man. Will they have the numbers advantage? There we go. Good pass to number 11. Will he be able to make it in? Just stop short. Here comes the support by Baylor. They got to find the hole here in the Oklahoma defense. Do they find it? Yes, they do. Try scored by Baylor. Great, great team effort by Baylor to get a try on the board in the waning seconds of the first half. That was very, very impressive by Baylor and what the Bears needed going into the sheds in the halftime. The momentum was all Oklahoma, and Baylor finally getting on the scoreboard. Great, great try by the Bears. Conversion is no good, and that is the half. Halftime score Oklahoma 17, Baylor 5. This looks like it might be a barn burner, folks, so don't go too far. We'll take a little break, come back in just a couple of minutes with the second half of Baylor and Oklahoma. All right, rugby fans, heading into the second half of this matchup, Baylor and Oklahoma. Oklahoma up 17-5 over the Baylor Bears. As you can see by the flags, it is a windy day here in Houston, Texas. So it might be a reason why some of the ball handling skills have been a little subpar to start the day. Might be that the balls are going a little bit further out of reach. Waiting for the match official to start us off. I believe he's waiting for the other sideline judges to be in position. Here we go with the start. Baylor kicking off to Oklahoma. Big kick deep in Oklahoma territory. Oh, miscue of that Oklahoma Sooner player and tackled very close to the try zone of Oklahoma. Baylor already knocking on the doorsteps. Oklahoma's got to figure out a way to relieve the pressure, get out of their territory. Scrum half trying to get his man in position. And here we go. Oklahoma playing dangerously close to their try area. They're going backwards. Baylor, though, able to get the tackle, but a penalty against Baylor. High tackle. So kind of a get out of jail free card for Oklahoma. Will Oklahoma kick the ball into touch? No, they decided to play quick play. They're still playing very, very close to their try zone, so they got to figure out a way to get out. Maybe find a hole in that Baylor defense. Baylor, ooh, nice little gang tackle there. Pushes Oklahoma back. Oklahoma still very close to their try zone. They got to be very careful not to commit any penalties or turn the ball over like they did right there. Baylor has the ball. Will they be able to score? Penalty against Oklahoma. Hands on the floor. If you're going to go after the ball, you cannot dive down to put your hands on the pitch. You have to stay upright. It's a safety reason. Baylor trying to find that hole in the Oklahoma defense. Will they find it here? And they do. Try scored by Baylor. This is exactly what Baylor needed in the second half. First half started off, it was all Oklahoma. And now Baylor with the try, waiting for the kick to come. Conversion is no good, no good. Score remains Oklahoma 17, Baylor 10. Baylor within striking distance. Again, the winner of this match will take on the winner of North Texas and Rice later on today, 1:20 p.m. local time. We'll see the loser of this match take on the loser of North Texas and Rice at 1 p.m. local time, right here on pitch number 2. Right now, this has been a very exciting matchup. A little bit of back and forth. Baylor seems to have taken control of the match. They're down by one converted try. Good kick on the restart. Oklahoma trying to field it. Oklahoma with the ball. Baylor with a great tackle. Baylor's defense is showing up to play. They're keeping Oklahoma on the back foot, very close to their territory. Again, Oklahoma's got to watch out. They don't want to turn the ball like they did last time because that's what led to a try, especially this close to their try zone. And right now, Baylor is all over Oklahoma. Whatever their coach told them during the halftime, definitely got their defense back in order because their defense was very lacking in the first half, and now it is coming on strong. Oklahoma starting to make some headway moving forward. Now Oklahoma trying to find that opening. Again, Baylor turns the ball over. They are in striking distance again. Oh, good tackle, but now looks like we're going back for a penalty. I don't know if maybe the turnover by Baylor wasn't done legally. So I believe there might have been a knock on, so we're going for a scrum. So I think there might have been two knock-ons. So we going back for the scrum. That's why Baylor couldn't continue playing. Baylor might have knocked on after Oklahoma did. So Baylor with the scrum, but well within territory of Oklahoma. So again, if Baylor can score again here, they can possibly tie the score up in the second half. We don't end in ties here in knockout rugby, so we will go into overtime, golden point. So again, a lot to play for here in this exciting matchup between Oklahoma and Baylor. Baylor with the ball. Oklahoma has to get their defense up. Baylor kind of slowing the play down just a little bit. Don't know if that's the wisest thing to do, especially when you're still down. But looks like it doesn't matter because Baylor's going to find the opening, and they do. Try by Baylor. Beautiful try. Baylor, a converted kick away from tying up the game. And you can see Oklahoma looks a little tired. Maybe they wasted a little bit of energy in that first half. Baylor taking advantage of it. And the kick is good. We are square. Baylor, Oklahoma, 17 all. About 3.5 minutes left in the match. Again, we don't have ties in knockout rugby on day 2. We will go to golden point. An additional 5-minute overtime. First team to score wins. Oklahoma had the advantage at one point. I believe they were up 17-0. And now Baylor coming back, 17 unanswered points, starting with the try scored at the waning seconds of the first half. So we got ourselves a match, rugby fans. Baylor with another deep kick. Oklahoma trying to figure out some way to get past the Baylor defense. That might be the option, kicking it down, but the kick goes into touch and it still stays in Oklahoma territory. So maybe not the best kick. Baylor with the line out. Oklahoma's got to hope that they can turn the ball over here in the line out play. Otherwise, again, Baylor with the ball in Oklahoma territory with a great chance to score again and take the lead. Ball, unfortunately, does not go straight with the line out. So Oklahoma very lucky here. They get to take the ball over, and they're going to go for the scrum instead of line out. Line out is not easy. It is a very, like most set plays in rugby, it requires a lot of skill. And again, as I mentioned before, it is a windy day in Houston. So sometimes when you're trying to throw the ball straight, the wind just knocks it a little bit to the side, and the ball has to be thrown straight. So if the wind carries it, the match official might think that you're throwing it directly to your team, and they're going to call you as a penalty. So very unfortunate for Baylor, fortunate for Oklahoma, able to possibly get out of their territory. But the Baylor defense picking up right where they left off, and they're not letting Oklahoma go very far. But there you go, danger man for Oklahoma, making his way into Baylor territory. But looks like the ball goes into the hands of the Baylor player. But I think the ball might have gone into touch. Yes, might have got into touch instead. And that is the game. That is full time. So we are tied 17 all, and we are going to go into overtime. We have golden point rules here. So we're going to have, I believe, another 7 minutes on the clock. And first team to score wins. So we are going to go into overtime. Our very first overtime here on pitch number 2. And so this is going to be very, very crucial. As again, first team to score wins. So getting the possession of the ball from the very start is going to be key. Because it's very, very easy in rugby sevens once you get the ball to score immediately. So whoever gets the ball first, keeping the ball and scoring, as I mentioned, is going to be key to winning this. But you gotta think that Baylor has a lot of confidence. Again, they were down 17-0, and they came back to tie it. And there you see we're gonna have the coin toss. Baylor, I believe, won it. So Baylor is saying they're going to get the ball first. So Baylor with definitely with the advantage. The ball is going to go to them. And like I said, it's first team that scores wins. So Baylor will have the first shot at it if they're able to recover the ball on the kickoff. So here we go. In overtime, our very first overtime. Exciting rugby. 17 apiece. First team to score. This is golden point. First team to score wins. Let's see what happens. Oklahoma gets to kick the ball. As mentioned before, Baylor, all the momentum's in their hands. They were down 17-0. They came back to tie it. Looks like one of the players is talking to the match official, just wanting some clarification on something. That's the beauty of rugby. A lot of communication between the players and the match official. Match official really lets you know, the players know exactly what he's looking at. So there is no miscommunication. Here we go. We're going to restart. Overtime. And here we go. First team that scores wins. Everything to play for right here. Baylor with the ball. Interesting. Baylor kicks the ball down. Oklahoma gets the ball, recovers though deep in their territory. Baylor looking to maybe hope for a turnover right here. Get the ball within Oklahoma territory. Oklahoma trying to keep the ball. Oh, almost looked like they lost the ball in the breakdown. Penalty against Baylor. Baylor's got to back up. Oklahoma needs to move. Oklahoma looks like they might be down a player, but they may not need it. Oklahoma has one player on his way. Will he get the support? Oh, ball goes out of hands. Baylor kicks the ball down. There's a scramble. Baylor with the ball. Baylor with the ball. They're running forward. Will they be able to score? One last player to go. Will Baylor get it? Then they do. They stay in. And it's a try! Baylor with the win. Baylor with the win in overtime. Wow, what a finish. Congratulations to Baylor. They pulled it off in overtime. You can see the tired bodies of Oklahoma. Whoa, what a matchup. So, final score in overtime 22-17 Baylor. Baylor moves on. They'll face the winner of North Texas and Rice later on here on pitch 2 at 1:20 p.m.